Okay, we're here at the Epic Regional, and what's your name? Christian Jimenez?
Christian Jimenez.
Christian Jimenez. He just won the Edison side event winner mat. Here's the Light and Darkness Dragon mat. We had 5 rounds. You beat how many? 3 black wings and 1 hero beat, right?
3 black wings, 1 hero beat.
And 1 no-show.
And 1 no-show.
And what's the name of your deck?
This is KFC. Shout out to Carpath.
Shout out to Carpath. All right, let's get started with the deck profile.
We'll go ahead and start with the triple Geartown Dragon. So this is regularly a 2 of in the regular deck, but I'm running Machina, so it's Machina Gearframe, Machina Fortress. I'm not running any of the Peacekeeper. I was running it when I was running Giant Rat, but it kind of felt a little bit slow, and I kind of like really turboing stuff out. And so that's going to be it for the Machina KFC portion of it.
Why is it called KFC though?
So it's called Karez Field Control.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
So that's going to be because this guy right here is Karez, the Light Monarch. This is the thing that really kind of got Carpath like onto this huge tear with this deck. And for me, this is just something that came up in my nightmares because of Light of Destruction, buying a bunch of the promos and trying to get that Secret Rare JD back when I was like in high school. Back in the day, this is like my bane of my existence. Now today it wins me a mat, so that's kind of chill.
Good job. You beat me round 4, so shout out to you.
So we got then 2 Sidras. It's just free, honestly. It's just a free summon. Sometimes if I need to, I can kind of tag out into the Fortress, but he's just a free summon.
I'm surprised you main decking that card.
It's super good, and you can tribute over it for the Caius and for the Karez.
Oh, you main deck 1 Caius?
And
okay, that makes sense for Karez too.
I was on 2 Caius, but it did feel a little bit bricky, but I don't know. Maybe I find another spot for the Caius.
Caius is just a good card.
Power 1-ups of Mole and Sangan. This is kind of a relic of when I was running the Giant Rats again, but I mean, Mole is still Mole. It's still pretty good. And then Plague Spreader, you'll kind of see why when you see the Card Trooper. Card Trooper kind of just pushes all the stuff out of the deck, so whenever you're getting out your Fortresses and your Zombies, you
summon Card Trooper against me. I didn't see Plague and Mole in our match, but yeah, I did see Card Trooper.
And so that's going to be that. I only synchro summoned once the entire tournament, so that can kind of give you an idea of how many times I was using that Plague Spreader.
So now spells?
Moving on to the spell lineup. Triple Upstart. This is just basically let me sideboard out a little bit easier. I don't have to really
People don't like Upstart in Edison, that's what I realized.
So with Upstart, I feel like it's okay if you're not missing your kills. So whenever I'm like swinging in with my 3000 attack monster 3 times, I'm still killing you. And if I activate Upstart 2 and 3, I just have to hit you 1 more time, and it's usually not that difficult. So this card's really good. It's just super good consistency. Makes your deck
you want to draw your
cards.
gear frame, right?
Yeah, 37 cards, and then you add the terraforming.
3 terraforming?
-3 again, so now you're down to 34 cards. It's a pretty sick amount. Since we're talking about the terraformings, though, we'll go ahead and start with the field spells. Black Garden, this is an insane control card. It is just so frustrating to deal with.
Yeah,
and then
use it against me.
Yeah, honestly, using it against anybody, you also start generating tokens. You can kind of get out your Karez, pop the tokens, draw some cards, pop the field
you'll draw
spell,
by popping your own tokens?
Pop your own tokens,
okay, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mausoleum of the Emperor. Obviously, if you're playing Monarchs, it's pretty good, but I definitely paid 2,000 quite a bit today to get out Gear Dragons, to get out those Fortresses. It was just kind of cooking.
You did that against me, I remember.
And then Geartown.
3 Geartown.
3 Geartown, you're on it. I mean, if you're on Gear Dragon, you're on Geartown.
And let's see here now with traps.
So now, these are the Power 1-ofs. Power 1-ofs, so obviously...
We always have spells. Okay, Heavy.
Storm. Trunade, and then the 2 that kind of came in, I guess Brain Control. Brain Control really didn't come in. This kind of trolled me a little bit, but
everyone hates Brain Control.
It's a fun card. I mean, you can kind of synchro some with your opponent's monsters. The one that really came in clutch was Limiter Removal. People kind of don't expect it.
You beat the guy in the finals with it, right?
I beat the guy in the finals with it in game 2. That game was honestly crazy. It was absolutely insane. But Limiter Removal
he didn't see it coming, right?
Did you call damage calc? It's just like, it's going to be like that.
But you said you side it out, right?
I do side it out a lot. You'll see why once I get to the sideboard. There is 2 cards in the sideboard that are pretty spicy. Kind of help hedge up the problems that you have anytime you're running a machine deck. Especially a field spell machine deck. And so we'll go ahead and get to just traps. Like the traps.
I'm surprised you ran all these traps.
Yeah, again, these kind of come out quite a bit too for the sideboard. I'm not always running them, but they do kind of get over a lot of problem cards. Torrential Tribute.
I like Call.
Call of the Haunted is just pot agreed with Karez.
Right.
You can just pop both of your own and then draw 2.
Torrential surprising though.
Bottomless Trap Hole. Bottomless is Bottomless. And then Mirror Force.
Yep, Mirror
Again,
Force
it's just Mirror Force. And then these are the 2 Fear of God cards. Starlight Road and Solemn Judgment. If you resolve one of these, it's always going to be in the back of your opponent's head. Yeah. You can also Heavy Storm your own board and just start using Starlight Road with that. Yep. It's just a good way to get Stardust Dragon out. And then Solemn Judgment, Solemn Judgment.
All right, no need to explain Solemn.
So we'll go ahead and get to the sideboard.
All right, let's go side deck.
Game 2. It's just game 2.
Trap that shoot.
You know, I kind of...
You don't want to main deck it?
I was okay with main decking it, but like drawing this going second, it feels. I think
really
it's
good against certain decks, right?
And it's really, it's a really good card. But like, I kind of want to make sure I'm able to like go first with it.
Right. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not super necessary.
I do that sometimes too. I agree. All right, let's continue.
Royal Oppression.
Ooh, yeah.
Get your Continuous. It's just kind of really.
You don't want to main deck that card?
Not really. It's not always something that I'm like looking to play, and especially like I kind of want to try and get to a commanding position before I put down Oppression. Otherwise, this could really mess me up. But I am running Monarchs. I am able to just tribute summon over stuff and make big monsters, and it makes it difficult to fight.
It's a good side card. I get it. 2 Decree.
Royal Decree. Sometimes you just side out all the traps.
Yeah, I was scared of you siding Decree against me. That's why I sided out a few traps against you.
Yeah. You can even like side this game 2, and then if it actually goes to game 3, take it out. And sometimes they still think you're on Decree.
You would get that makes sense.
Just mind games people.
Right. 2 Noblemen.
2 Knocks.
You sided this against Blackwing though.
Knock. Man, I get anytime a Blackwing player puts a face down card, 2 face down the T set, you're like, that's Icarus attack, that's value. I'm not playing this. I stand by it. I stand by my decision.
Okay.
Mind Control, again, this card's pretty good. Not super necessary. I know Carpath says, this is like a must-have in any extra deck or any sideboard.
Really?
I kind of agree. It's really good, but I don't know. This might come out soon. It might come out for like a 3rd knock or something.
XYZ era maybe, but
if we were playing Tengu Plant, I'd be all over this.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's continue.
Triple DD Crow.
What's that for?
Shoutouts to Sci-Fi. Everyone's on Lightsworn, so I'm Lightsworn pilled. I'm gonna DD Crow everything. I'm gonna DD Crow your entire life savings. But today it just DD Crow to Blizzard. That got me a game too. So
you side that for Lightsworn and Blackwing?
I sided for Lightsworn. Anyone who's like trying to do graveyard stuff, I'm gonna DD Crow you. I'm going to find.
You don't like Soul Release?
I don't like Soul Release. I think it's a little too slow. I like the reactive DD Crow. I want them to commit to that normal summon Blizzard, and then I want to watch them burn. So that's DD Crow.
Okay.
Vanity Steam.
That card's good.
This card is so troll. It should not be legal.
It just beats certain decks.
Yeah, some decks just can't play against it. Quick Draw Dandy just folds to it. There's a lot of things that this card just kind of.
You sided against Frogs?
You sided against Frogs. You sided against Heroes sometimes if you don't want them to fusion summon. It's just a good card.
Right. Okay. So
and then this is the Spice.
You beat me with this combo.
I beat you with this, and it almost paid out for. No, it did pay out for me in game 2 against the finals. Milling the Mizuki with the Card Trooper, putting that zombie world down, protecting your machines so they're not going to get Sydra'd.
Cyber Dragon,
That Sidra is so scary.
System down too, right?
System down. They're thinking they're going against machines. You just flip it on the zombie world, and this could just hit random pockets of playability where like, oh hey, your winged beasts are no longer winged beasts. So,
you could also side against Frog Monarchs, right? They can't do anything.
No tributing. Right. So any kind of tributes, it's pretty crazy. So, and then of course Mizuki, if you're on the zombie world, you have to be on the Mizuki. This Mizuki absolutely puts in work. Being able to just banish this and get out a Gadgetron or get out a Fortress,
free monster,
absolutely insane. And then the extra deck. This is like completely.
You barely use it, right?
This doesn't exist. The only cards that exist in here are
Chimera
the Fortresses to protect my butt.
Yeah.
The Stardust to Starlight Road and to protect my butt. And then AFD, they brought him back. I don't know why.
Fairy Dragon.
And
it's good in your deck, right? You can pop.
It's super good. You can pop, but the thing is, it will miss timing if you try and add another field spell. So you can only pop the Geartown.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
But it's pretty cool. You can kind of just put this in defense. It's 3,000 defense. Pop the Black Road or Black Garden. Maybe add like I don't know, Mausoleum or Geartown or something. Add whatever you need. Fairy Dragon's got you covered. In terms of the rest of it's pretty just standard plays. Mistworm in the off chance that it actually comes up onto the board. Colossal Fighter and the Armory Arm. We are on Plague Spreader, so if I can actually get the loop, I'm gonna play it. Thought Ruler Archfiend. It's just Thought Ruler, Archfiend, nothing crazy.
Extra deck's kind of irrelevant.
Dark End Dragon, the fact that you can make this with Plague Spreader and Caius is pretty funny. Gets over pocket issues like Stardust Dragons. Black Rose Dragon, I mean, it's Black Rose Dragon. Yep.
Is that for the Mizuki?
This is for the Mizuki. This is for the zombie world. I have yet to get to play this yet. But,
what does it do? It summons a.
You get to summon a zombie from your opponent's grave. But if you have that zombie world out, you just get to pull something from their graveyard. This card is insane. I love it, but I have yet to get to actually play
summon it. Okay, that makes sense.
But I know that this is going to be saucy, so I absolutely want to be playing that. And of course, the Goyo Guardian. It's
Ulti, nice.
Ulti Goyo,
Two more.
We got two more. We have the
Brio,
because yes, it's obvious, and then of course,
Catastor.
You know, Catastor is always there. So, but yep, that's the deck. Really like this deck quite a bit. I play a lot of Light Swarms, but I do come back to this deck pretty regularly.
Does your deck have a good Blackwing match? Because you beat 3 of them. I'm guessing you have a good Blackwing matchup.
Man. Like, they constantly drew Kalut, they constantly drew Icarus Attack, but I guess if you just draw Heavy Storm or Giant Trunade, you're just a better duelist. I guess that's just how that works.
You drew Trunade against me, so that hurt.
Dude, Trunade wins games, Cold Wave wins games. I'm not on Cold Wave in this because you need to be activating those field spells, but Cold Wave, Heavy Storm, yeah, that's basically what it is.
Anything you would change before we end this deck profile?
Man, if I knew I was going to be playing this many Blackwing players, I'd have been on like 27 copies of Consecrated Light, and then like 7 more copies of Light Shadow and Prison Mirror. I'd have just like gone all out, but yeah, out of the 16 players, I think there was like 12 Blackwing players or something like that. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. It's just the format now. Everyone's playing Blackwing.
Everyone loves Blackwings, but hey, go try out some KFC.
Yeah, all right. Thanks you, man.
Yep.